Hi chat, how we doing tonight? Welcome in everyone. Happy Friday to you all. What's new? What's happening? I just realized it's probably a good idea if I check and make sure. Oh yeah, these are not defrosted yet. Let's make sure and defrost our steaks here first thing this stream. Welcome in everyone. This will work, I think. Buns right off with the pole. Right off. We're making cupcakes today, chat. And we have a choice of liner color. Well, hopefully that'll defrost nicely. I took it out of the freezer and put it in the refrigerator. That obviously was not enough. It still got frost on it. Let's make some coffee. Well, welcome in, Buns. Happy to see you, Master of Splits. Hello, JK. I think I saw a Nan Raider in there. Hello, Cosmic. Oh, that's in the plans, Master of Splits. Ooh, Buns with the dad jokes tonight. Hi, kitty. I do not have a cat. I like cats and dogs. I'm allergic to cats and dogs. But my neighbors have cats and dogs. So I see all sorts of cats and dogs in my yard. I have a new neighbor and their dog keeps rushing me whenever I come home, that sort of thing, and it's sort of sad / hilarious, because it'll come up all barking all mad and like, get out of my yard, it's my yard. It's not his yard, but he thinks it is. And I just be polite back to it. I don't know what exactly, but I'd be nice back to the dog. And its reaction to me being nice back to it, mean to it, typically is it runs away whimpering. How's the music volume tonight, everyone? Too quiet? Too loud? There most certainly is music playing. Oh, dad joke. That was more of a mom joke, though, wasn't it? Evening, chat. Thank you for joining me. Cheers. Where do we start with tonight's dinner? Cupcakes. We're only sort of soft there with our cream cheese. We're only semi-soft with our cheese. I'm here. Wow, that's harder than I thought it was. That's pretty good so far. Butter's been out about the same amount of time, if not the same amount of time as the cream cheese. And it is nowhere near as soft. Gotta make plans for next week. I even put plans in the calendar for next month, for Monday after next. Costco sizes. Brown sugar, anyone? Here's 6 pounds at once. Complains the guy that bought it. I don't know if this happened for everyone or if it just happened for me. I got a pop-up saying you get extra benefits for subbing now because I assume because Bun sponsored our Discord. So I thought I'd point that out. We had a win for purple. In which cupcake liner do we use? It got 2 votes versus blue and pink both getting 1. Blew one last time. Ooh. Buns supporting the stream even more.
Woo.
Thank you, Buns. Perfect pouring here. Salt. Vanilla. Yep, we're making cupcakes right now. Oh, I forgot that was supposed to... that doesn't really matter. Good. Egg time. Batter. Me be battering up. Ooh, and I have a broken egg. That's a bummer. Cut off the end of the box that it has it in there. Just get rid of that issue altogether. it looked like it had been cracked a long time and had just sort of like sealed itself to the bottom. So when I moved it, it just let everything else go in there. So I didn't want to deal with, that was obviously not likely a good egg still. And the easiest way of the mess was to just throw it away. If you want to break out a whisk to do this, you can. It'll save you 2 or 3 seconds. Okay, 30 seconds, maybe a minute. But you want this to be completely combined. No big clumps or lumps or anything left. And you can feel free, as long as you aren't incorporating air into it, you can feel free to whip that to your heart's desire. Because there's no flour in there or anything. Yet. Forgot I had a microphone there. Placing things against my chest, not best plan. Add some cappuccino powder, espresso powder, coffee powder, cocoa powder, that looks so much paler on screen. In real life, it looks so much more of a vivid cocoa color. Camera's lightening it up too much because of the wood background. And throw a couple of dark chocolate chips in here. Or extra dark, 63%. Make sure we get everything mixed up off, nothing stick to our spatula, which it looks like it was. We need baking powder. Without big clumps in it. It's Chocolate Cupcake Day. It's National Chocolate Cupcake Day, folks. And that should conclude our mix here. All right. And chat voted for purple. Gotta go deep in the container here. Well, welcome in, Lamar. Happy to have you. How you doing tonight? Working on a hanger steak and doing the hanger steak because I bought the hanger steaks for me like, I don't know, a little before TwitchCon. So maybe a month ago. And just doing potatoes to go along with that. And got some greens so that it's actually like questionably healthy for me. And then I don't exactly follow all of the national food holidays. There's way too many. But I occasionally honor them, especially when it's something like chocolate cupcakes. Hi, chat. I don't think I'm gonna go. Well, I could still maybe use the scoop and just go half scoops. Yeah, I think we're just gonna do partial scoops. Maybe whole scoops. Handy little scooper. It's a handy little scooper. I think this is going to be more than a dozen cupcakes. What happened to you, music? Why are you doing that to me, earbud? Hangar steak is often also referred to as the butcher steak, or it's the really nice cut of steak that they don't really sell all that much. But there's a reason that is because it's got a bunch of connective tissue and sinew that you gotta cut around. But the muscles around there and the fat in the muscles is some of the best when it comes to beef. It is certainly something you don't regularly see, like normal commercial sale. They'll mix it into other things. I think we got another maybe 4 cupcakes here. I used to use that tray the other day. This one's been down on there a little bit longer, so we're going to give this a rinse off. We decided this one works better. But I'm able to buy them through a local, like, butcher, like a small house butcher, not a commercial one that's harvesting in the field / sort of avoiding the vast majority of our government's overreaching laws on the butcher of animals. There are way too many laws with that. Chicken and shrimp jambalaya. I feel like I have to fake a New Orleans accent. Just saying jambalaya. It's been a minute since I made dirty rice, or anything Creole. I do still have crawfish frozen in my freezer. Crawfish tails. Give this a rinse out. Don't want to let it dry out with whatever we put in it because then it gets all crusty and nasty and hard to clean. Get 95% of it out now and worry about the last 1%. 5%. Math. Yeah, and I'm just gonna throw some of this in maybe the smallest looking ones. I might be more concerned about that being my bare hand if it wasn't for the fact that mostly cooking for myself here, and also that hasn't been baked yet. That's going to go in an oven. It's going to kill most anything that's... It's the hand touches after it's been in the oven that are the issue. The watermelon pep rocks wasn't bad. Salmon, nah. It was really good with the brownies, though it was better with the brownies after the brownies had chilled and the frosting had set. So we got those set. Ovens just starting preheating, so those are going to hang out here for a minute. Let's go ahead and make frosting too while we're here. Let's use the same bowl. Why not? Do a little cleanup on stream so I don't have to do it after stream. Right, chat? I need to work on making my cleanup content. Beef still feels solid as a rock in the stove, or in the sink. It hasn't hardly defrosted at all. It's not a large piece of meat. It shouldn't take much to defrost. same pan. I didn't do a perfect cleanup on it, but we got most of it out of there since we're just doing frosting with it. That again isn't as soft as I would like it to be for the time it's been out. I'm doing butter in the frosting tonight versus what I did on Wednesday. A lot of sweets this week, apparently. Back to the powdered sugar. I think that may have something to do with the oil platform in the Gulf. And international seafood industry. Vanilla. Put the cocoa away when I needed it again. Tisk tisk. And while I don't think allergies, I think which allergies happen maybe increasing and decreasing. But I don't think overall allergies are increasing. I think our knowledge and awareness of allergies is greatly increasing, which would include shellfish. And so I think that's may be part of it too. Yeah, you have people with stats now that X% of the population isn't going to enter your restaurant if you have shellfish in it, or X% is not going to order things if you have it, or things like only 1% of the population actually has, roughly 1% of the population has some sort of celiac, like gluten-free disease. Sensitivity is maybe as much as 6%. If you're a college campus and you're looking at your budget, are you budgeting for that? If you know you have a student or a certain percentage of your particular students, but I'm talking evening subscribers, how you doing tonight? Debating how much more sugar we push into this. Brownies, no, brownies were on Wednesday. And they turned out delicious. Tonight is National Chocolate Cupcake Day. So we're doing chocolate cupcakes with chocolate frosting and Halloween sprinkles. And then I'm making steak. I'm gonna make some onion gravy with my steak. Gonna do some baked potatoes, or au gratin style potatoes with some Sonoma County cheese. There's still some sugar lumps in that, but I'm good with that for now. I'm gonna let it set. Some of that sugar is just gonna hydrate while we let it set without me having to do a little more arm work, so we'll let that be while we do all of our other things, like actually bake the cupcakes that still haven't made it into the oven yet. By the way, if you did not see Wednesday's stream, I do recommend your frosted brownies topped with Pop Rocks. It's a good combo. Guess it's a sign that needs to be washed. Stick it to the bottom. Then again, it could be a sign that the bottom of my coffee cup needs to be washed. That's our 350 degree oven temp. We're gonna go with it as is. We're gonna throw these in there. I'm gonna take a look at them in 18 minutes. Could take a bit longer. Might be on the edge of being too long. We'll see. It's sort of in the middle where I think it's where I'm hoping they'll be ready to pull out. True mark of a chef, knowing when to pull out. Let's onions. So these are the other onions that I got from the Kirkland place. We're going to see how these caramelize tonight. Now see, that's something it could be Patreon related. A couple of people that have joined the Patreon, whether free or paid, have made comments about wanting private content for the Patreon. And trying out different veggies that are widely distributed might be something worth toying with. It wouldn't be hugely expensive to get into. Problem is finding uses for the food. I mean, a lot of people are like, just donate it. And it's like, donation places don't really want your little peddly little stuff. They want actual donation, like big donation, like truckload donations. So we'll start off on sauteing some onions here, and we'll get these all nice and caramelized. And while these are caramelizing, we're also going to make a bechamel sauce. Let's do a little oil in that pan too. Yogurt time. Salt. Last time I had antibiotics that I remember, I took out like a thing of maple yogurt. Over on the other side of the stove, I'm going to start melting some butter. Ooh, what kind of soup you gonna make? Soup time. Making some basil. Like stream the other night. Or corn and chowder like stream the other night. Ooh. Yeah, that's the thing with seafood. You can't cook them very long. Hardly any of it. Seafood stock's only like a 20-minute deal. Most everything in the ocean, really quick cooked stuff. So we got some nicely melted butter there. We're gonna add some flour to that pot. Sure, but it's usually actually raw in that case. A little beef bouillon in with our roux over here. Make sure and get that beef flavor in all of this gravy. Or this is for the potatoes, but in all of this, get the beef flavor in there. And then adding in dairy. I'll switch to a whisk here, even though it's a little bit louder, a little more effective. Add a little water in here too. We're still gonna need you. Salt, pepper, MSG. Put a real flame underneath there. I didn't realize I turned it down that much. We need to bring this back up to a boil here so that it actually thickens. I think it's going to thicken even more than that. I'm probably going to need some more water in there if it actually starts heating up for once. Program issues with getting new bot programmed and everything continue. Now I'm beating my head against the wall with ChatGPT wanting to throw in variables all the time for random things that, like, I'll ask it to search for something and it just asks for a variable instead of actually looking it up. Like, do something for every person in chat, and it'll just look for the everyone in chat variable. That's a generalization, but I mean, generally, what I mean by it doing, it's pretty close to what it's doing. I turn this down a little bit. Add a little water to it too, so we do a little steam action along with our sauteing. Yeah, we're getting much thicker here now. Now that we started boiling again. That wasn't enough water. It's cupcake time, chat. Cupcake time, chat. Those got some springiness. You let them sit on the counter. Alright, I'm relatively happy with this sauce. This is going to work well for our potatoes. I'm going to leave this as it is here. Onions, getting a little too happy here, too quick, a little too brown here to begin with. But we're going to keep going with these. I don't do a ton of cupcakes. I sort of feel like, well, that big cupcake company that was viral for a while on Food Network and all that was in Santa Rosa. And so, like, around here we've had, like, you know, the gourmet cupcake thing in mass. You know, because not only we have that, we have the copycats. I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know if they're still open anymore. I drove by there not too long ago on Santa Rosa Ave. I didn't notice them there. Maybe they moved on to greater locations. I don't know if there's anything special about any cookie company lately. I mean, you can have your favorite. I'm not gonna bash that. It's a little like having your kink, you know, whether you like having a big chunk of chocolate in the center of it, or you know, you want the Levain super thick, and then like fermented / aged flavor, or you know, there's a lot of personal preference there. Whether you want them like the dry Italian style or you want them chewy and soft. And it's like a lot of food. It's a emotional, in the moment attachment thing much more than the food itself. You know, you make the restaurant that people have special memories at, so they remember your restaurant. And so that people think that your restaurant is where they go to have special memories. At least that's old school restaurant marketing mentality. That's like, we measure the quality of your restaurant by the length of your awning type old school mentality. So we're going to take all these. We're going to discard the leaves because they're just going to burn up anyways. There's going to continue to be leaves that loosen off of these as we go here. But we're going to do seasoning and oil now on these. So, sunflower oil. Salt. Pepper. Yes, we be eating Brussels tonight. MSG. Worcestershire. Soy. Lemon, since I have it in the house these days. Garlic powder. And cayenne. Light cayenne in there. Give these a toss up. Get the spices and the oil coating all of them. Pan and parchment. That's what I'm over here for. Pan and parchment. All face down here on the pan. It's an easy way to get them all one layer as well. Rest of that seasoned oil over the top of them. So we'll set these aside so that they're ready. We got to get our potatoes going here before we bother with these at all. Taters. That's about right. I'm just going to hand slice these. You know, it's been a minute since I watched the TV series Yellowstone. I don't know if the new part of that out or not, or I haven't paid attention at all. But I'm still thinking, it still irritates me thinking about it. But, I'm realizing now that it wasn't even in the series. Around the time that I watched Yellowstone, I watched a YouTube video where a dude was restoring, he does nothing but restore stuff, and it's one of those great channels to just sort of put on in the background. And he was restoring a potato peeler, which it was a drum peeler. In other words, you put a bunch of potatoes in a spinning drum, you turn a wheel and the drum spins, and the whole drum's a little bit like the side of a box grater. It sort of slowly pulls the outside of all of them off, regardless of whether it's skin or not. And what irritated me about the last part of this last season of Yellowstone was there was a good portion of the ladies' content, talking content, where they're just sitting there peeling potatoes. And I'm like, you're peeling this many potatoes and you're doing it by hand? And that's I was thinking that they actually had the peeler, and I was going to bring up the peeling machine. And then it reminded me that it wasn't even a part of the show. I got royally addicted to Yellowstone for a quick minute there. It's not that great of a series. It's not worth paying money to see. But I enjoyed it. We're going to take that dark piece out there. And we can reuse this. Why not? Why not? Throw all of these in here. Minus the, wow, dark pieces. Start checking all of them for dark pieces now. I'm familiar with this brand of potato, but different, larger bag than I'm used to, so maybe different potatoes in different size bag. They be sneaky about how they do things. Like that. Okay. And we got our lovely sauce here. I'm going to thin this out a little bit. Pour that mixture all over our taters. Be careful not to spill potatoes all over, regardless of them wanting to. We do want to try and get most of this coated so that they don't have that much exposure to air anymore. Even if it's just a thin layer, just coating it with a little bit of fat so that that air doesn't get and oxidize the potato. And do I do cast iron? I can't hear anything again. I'm gonna fix my earbud volume. Yeah, we'll do cast iron. We're going to do cast iron, but we're going to swap cast iron here. Switch our onion gravy over to big pan here. And we're going to use a smaller one for our potatoes so that I can fill this pan up nice and full. farfalle. Pasta. No one like bow tie pasta in chat? We haven't had many scramblers in chat lately. Using Carmody cheese tonight, chat. It's a Sonoma. Local cheese. With a wax rind, apparently. I didn't know that it had a wax rind. Pretty sure I've used this cheese before on stream. No, I've had it before. I'm questioning if I've bought it before, though. The wax is edible anyways. I mean, even if it's plastic, apparently it's edible. After all, I've put plastic in our drinks, toothpaste. There is sort of a... I'm sort of regretting that I didn't pull that off on stream, sort of like a pulling the film off of something. There is a very pleasing, like, ridge to the outside of this. It was probably created by a brush originally. That just appealing to the eye, appealing to the texture. But we're going to give this a healthy dose of cheese in several layers here, along with our bechamel. And this is a bit of an aged cheese, but it's just barely a dried cheese, in that the center of it still, for a hard cheese, is relatively soft. But the outside's pretty dry. Ooh. Dinner with Mom? How we been doing, dinner with Mom and Dad? What were we making tonight? What were we cooking? Welcome, Snake. Welcome, Raiders. Happy to Shayna. See ya, Shayna. Grilled ham and cheese, yum. Baked potato soup. Soup seems to be a trend tonight. I'm gonna put the rest of this horrible, horrible sauce over the top of these taters. That was a pretty good fit, chat. I was worried that was going to be too much about halfway in. We're making a potato gratin here if you're just catching up with us. That's part of tonight's dinner. I've got some hanger steaks that I'm defrosting that are actually, I think, partially defrosted now. We got chocolate cupcakes, since it's National Chocolate Cupcake Day today. Gonna do chocolate frosting. I made up some chocolate frosting. We're gonna coat them with that and I bought some Halloween sprinkles. So we got Halloween sprinkles, so maybe we have to decide on which sprinkles we use on which cupcakes. We got a decent amount of seasoning in that sauce. I'm gonna add a bit more salt over the top of this though, because those are potatoes after all. Last touch, some grated parm, pre-grated parm, purchased parm, grated parm. Just over the top. Well, Mom and Dad, I hope you have been well. Why'd you stop following me, Karma? You've been having fun around here lately. All sorts of fun food lately. And it continues. Let's get going with our onion gravy here, though. Let's just get these onions back to cooking. I turned these off a little while ago. Going to throw this 350 degree oven, get started cooking. Well, thank you, thank you. Don't have any plans for this other hunk of cheese, but sort of thought that we had a decent amount of cheese on those potatoes. Chat always wants more cheese. Doesn't matter how much cheese I use, chat wants more. You can never please chat. Thank you so much for the raid. I don't know if I said that. I should have said that. We also got our Brussels ready to go here, but the oven, we need to get those potatoes cooking for a little bit here first. I'm going to set a timer for 20 minutes actually for the potatoes to get them a head start here to everything else. Getting the flour back out again. My camera's stopped following me again. Lots of butter in tonight's dinner. Lots of butter. My doctor doesn't like tonight's dinner. It's not gonna like Sunday's dinner either. So we got some butter in there with our onions. Flour. And half cup of water. That thickened up nicely. Now we'll add some beef bouillon. And then because we don't want the gravy that thick, we're going to add some more water and allow it to cook, continue to cook. This is more water than I want the gravy to. This is more than that, but this is going to cook down while we're doing other stuff. Salt, pepper, MSG. More sub time. It's been an hour already. Wow, stream's flying tonight. We'll prep our pastry bag while we're in our commercial break. Quick follow me, thank you. Like, I want the camera to follow me, but not all the way back here. Where are you, pastry tips? Of course, you're in the bottom of the bin. Let me guess, the one I want is probably already out over by the computer screen. Yep. Not only the one I want, but a couple others too. Do I have a larger one than that? That's the largest star tip I have. Ooh. We'll go with it. I need a larger star tip than this. Uh-oh. No auto clean. What kind of kitchen's that? What's going on here, camera? You were supposed to follow me back when I came back over here. No auto clean. That's definitely something to look for if you're getting yourself a kitchen. The auto clean function is to die for. Oh, what am I trying to do here? Need the tip in there first before the frosting. Gets a little messy otherwise. We got tip, plastic joint, and frosting going into the bag. This is a chocolate cocoa frosting, or a cream cheese cocoa frosting. We'll leave that last little bit as a safety measure, safety precaution, safety icing. Yeah, that star is pretty small. I'm better at this. Normally the bag's too full. And I'm not worried about being perfect with these. Being super small star. Give me 2 or 3 here before we start trying to be pretty. We're covering them with sprinkles anyways. And this frosting is probably soft enough that I don't think it's really going to keep shape well anyways. Onion gravy be cooking back here. And turn that down a bit here. Let's see if Angle Cam wants to cooperate tonight. Nope. Boo. I double lined this one. The tip on this frosting reminds me of my aunt's like holiday cakes or birthday cakes, and she always used to make all sorts of characters and stuff that was just a million little stars. I don't know, she could have bought them too, I don't know. I sort of feel like this would be perfect if only the frosting was a little thicker. Add a bit more water here. Don't want all that stickage in the pan. Less stickage. More scrapage, less stickage. Now the question is, chat, what sprinkles do we put on these? We've got a variety of options here. We've got the like candy corn colors. We've got this weird black, green, and orange setup here. They look like they're little like ghosts, bats, and maybe something else. I can't. The oranges are too much of a blob to make out what they're supposed to be. And the greens look like little circles. But the blacks look like bats. And the whites look like little ghosts. We got purple, orange, and black jujubes. And then black and orange sugar. Oh, and then we got all these. Same sort of colors as the other side, minus the white. But we got the blue in there, and green, orange, and black. Which one do we have to have on there? Uh-oh, we've got packet loss tonight. Realized we had packet loss tonight. That's not good. It was only 3%, and it doesn't seem to be going on right now, so... Alright, throwing our Brussels sprouts in the oven now. The potatoes have been in there 20 minutes. Looking delicious with their taters, so the leftover icing, there's a little bit in there. I wanted to take the top off of this. I took a photo of this, the bottom of this, and threw it in Discord showing that I got extra sprinkles. Unfortunately, the top, this is another great example of this plastic will never get recycled. Well, not for many years. Because no recycling process is going to separate these two pieces of plastic. And they are not compatible plastics that can be melted together and processed together. I think we're going to go with this one for the start here. We'll do 2 of those. We'll do 2 of these. Actually, we'll do 3 of these. Let's see how different these look to the other ones. They're probably going to look the same as... Oh, the ghosts show up a bit better on the chocolate than I sort of anticipated. And there we have sprinkles, chat. We have sprinkled cupcakes. Wow, this is still cooking hot. I'm fine with it sticking a little bit, but need to keep adding water to counteract that. Gravy is looking delicious as well. Who wants a cupcake, chat? Who's awake out there, chat? Have I put you all in a sugar coma? I haven't had any lag. Well, I had a little bit of lag there, but I haven't had any lag lately. Thank you for letting me know that, Buns. Doesn't look like any of it's really on my side tonight. Thankfully, haven't had stream freeze on me at all tonight. We're just relaxing here for, I think, about 18 minutes here while we wait on stuff to roast. I don't know how long it's going to take to get the potatoes and the Brussels there. I normally cook the Brussels a little bit hotter than I am tonight. I guess we can get into harvesting our beef. Cleaning up our steak. These are actually looking pretty well cleaned. Like, these look like these are already the halves cleaned up here. A hanger steak typically has traditionally about two sides to it, with like a layer of sinew and connective tissue going through the center of it, which is what sort of ruins it as being a steak by itself. But at the same time, it is just such a beautiful cut of beef and has got such beautiful flavor. Why did you stop following me, camera? Thank you. So these are actually looking pretty well cleaned up. Like, I am not seeing... They have beautiful amounts of beef of fat mixture. I'm going to take a little bit of this here off. But those, I think those are actually ready to go just as is. I was expecting to have to do some heavy cutting on those. Thank you to the butcher. I guess I don't have to. Get our gravy looking delicious. I am going to slice this into 4 steaks just by going like such. Just beautiful cut of beef. Like, if you find a Hangar steak, chat, buy it. Give it a shot. Understand there may be some sinew in the center. It's a gorgeous cut of beef. We're just gonna pan sear this beef tonight, though. We're going to get this lovely gravy out of the pan here. We're gonna switch this over to this little pot over here, just to keep it warm and cook. I have no idea how I'm plating tonight's dinner, by the way, chat. Tonight's dinner might not be very photogenic. Wednesday's dinner wasn't overly photogenic either. Like, brownies are delicious, but they're not the best photo. Like, typically you see brownies and you see them without frosting, and you see them, like, stacked in some giant tower of gooey deliciousness. That's not my style of photo. I don't know why the camera doesn't like me much lately. I cut off its internet access, so it can't spy on me as easily as it used to. I blocked it on my firewall entirely. Let's give the pan a rinse out here. Quick scrub. Let's check that while I'm at it. I don't know why I'm doing this on stream. This is incredibly silly to be doing on stream. I don't want to dox myself. That's not a good plan. So we're going to close this window. Just to make sure. By the way, I know the problem with the angle camera. The problem with the angle camera is I've got it plugged into the wrong port on the back of my computer, and I just don't feel like climbing around and trying to figure out, which port it's supposed to be in the middle during the middle of stream. And I keep forgetting to fix it off stream. And I'm just gonna go straight beef with these tonight. Just straight beef. touch of oil in that pan. It's heating up on the stove here. We're going to get this real ripping hot tonight. So this is going to sit here for a minute. I'm going to get myself some water while that warms up. Oh, hey! Someone remembered to press start recording and back tonight. I say that because someone forgot to press start recording on Wednesday. We're getting there with that pan. Okay, now we're salting the beef. We might be doing okay, chat. We might be doing okay. One's trying to get me to drink even more water. Hydrate will work again one of these days. I'm on to the testing phase of working on the new stats system. I'm a little worried at what point I decide to just start working on real-time data Right now, I'm toying and testing with everything with an old copy of Sprinkles data. By the way, Chad, I think tonight was a very good signal that, what do you call it? What shall we call it? Cookie-nomics? Passing out cookies was a good idea. Let's put it that way. I may have failed with it tonight, but cookies was a good idea. Alright, gonna season the other side of our beef now. If you notice, I put those on in essentially the reverse order that I flipped them. That's because I put them on starting with the coldest area of the pan, and so flipped them starting from the hottest part of the pan to the coldest. So the coldest got the longest cook time. This is skinning the least. I think this is likely to be the best piece of meat, even though it's likely the ugliest. It's our taters coming out. And I'm going to check on our... Okay, we got some nice color on those, so I'm good with those. And then I don't know if chat saw this when this came out, but this is just looking horrid. No one wants this, do you? I should just throw this out. No one wants that. It's one of my favorite dad jokes in that database. Heat way down now. Add our onion gravy in there. Hit our steak with a bit of fresh pepper. Didn't do the whole glazing with butter. That is always makes for a delicious steak. Yeah. Words failing me at this point, apparently. Move the taters over here. Let our bloody steak hang out for a little bit and rest. Sure wish I had some mashed potatoes for these, too. I mean, that's not gonna be bad, but... That's a dad joke I hadn't heard before, or read before. Oh, gotta turn the oven off here. I almost don't want to break into this package of... I almost don't want to break into it, chat. It's just gorgeous. It's just beautiful. It's so pretty. We completely black and blue here. Oh no, we're gorgeous. Gorgeous looking piece of meat there. Now this is a perfect case for that smoked salt that I was talking about before. Now we can put a little bit of that over the top of that steak. I think that's going to be... That dinner turned out looking a lot better than I thought it was going to be. That plate is gorgeous to me. What did I do with the fork? We got our purple cupcakes. Welcome in, well, I cook on here 4 nights a week. I try to make everything perfect, but you do things 4 nights a week, your regular basis. You can't do perfectly fine dining restaurant food, and not all things come out perfect. It's sort of the fun of streaming. Gives me a chance to try out new things, and chat motivates me to keep plugging along, keep doing stuff, not just make chicken and rice or pizza or something. It's a lot of fun. I don't know. I don't know if my level of fun jives with other people's level of fun. I'm not Mr. Hype. Follow, sub, give me money. No. Let's just eat some good food, hang out, have a good time. Enjoy Halloween. Have weird food on Wednesday. But I do think this wraps up dinner for tonight. I think we had a pretty successful evening. We got some beautiful looking food here. I don't even know what I'm going to do with all of these cupcakes, considering I still have a half pan of brownies. But cupcakes. Happy National Chocolate Cupcake Day, chat. Happy Hangar Steak Night. Onion gravy and delicious looking potatoes and yummy, maybe good for me, Brussels sprouts. I wish I could without getting sued. Chat, if I can make food for you without having to pay for insurance to give you food, I would be all over that. I can't afford the insurance to do that. Because if you're unaware, chat, health things are, it's like DMCA. You know, someone makes a claim and you gotta prove that you didn't do it. It's not fun. Anyway, folks, I greatly appreciated your company tonight. Gonna be back here for our normal stream on Sunday. We're gonna be doing... What are we gonna be doing on Sunday? Oh yeah, chicken fried steak. Oh yeah. That's right, my doctor loves me this week. Looking to see who's out there that we can... Oh, ads. I'm sorry. We weren't supposed... I wasn't waiting around for ads. Ugh. We're going to leave it here, though. I am not going to raid out tonight. I greatly appreciate y'all hanging out. Well, let's see. How far are we into these? Oh, we got another 2 minutes on these ads. I'm going to try a Cupcake. Let's try a Cupcake. I didn't mean to stop the music either here, stream. Let's go with... Not a ton of rise on these cupcakes. Maybe could have, maybe my baking powder is probably getting old. Probably didn't foam up as much as it should. But, cheers, chat. Here's a cupcake. It's a cupcake after all. Good stuff. Nice and chocolatey. Nice and soft. Chocolate hasn't quite completely re-solidified, so it's still a little soft in there. Yeah, good cupcake. Good frosting, too. I don't know if I did better with the frosting today or on Wednesday. Wednesday was definitely more of a struggle mixing it. I went back and forth for quite a while. This one just sort of... Up, done. But okay. I think that is 7, 6, 4, 3. Welcome back, everyone. Okay, so that is where I think I am leaving stream tonight. I am not going to raid out tonight. I will be back here on Sunday. We're going to be doing country fried steak with mashed potatoes and some sort of green. I don't know if I said what type of green I'm doing with it. Gotta have that. Good stuff. And of course, I gotta make, some sort of cream gravy if we're gonna be doing chicken fried anything. And you need the gravy for the taters, too. I hope you had a fun time tonight. I hope to see you back on Sunday. Good night, everyone.